Ghanaians don't want Nigerians in Ghana. South Africans don't want Nigerians in South Africa. Zimbabweans don't want Nigerians in Zimbabwe. Dubai don't want Nigerians in Dubai. Americans don't want Nigerians in America. What is going on, people? Tell me, what is going on?
And looking at you as an Igbo king, that means you stand solely for the people of the Igbo land. Do you allow other tribes from other places like Nigeria and other places right here in Ghana to come to you for assistance just in case they need any?
Now, let me tell you one secret. These Igbos, they are in almost every village in this country. And they have targeted our markets.
Mr. President, with all due respect,
well, like I said, thank you for the invitation. There's a lot to this. The call for Nigerians to leave Ghana is not actually for Nigerians as a whole to leave Ghana. I think the focus is on the tertiary traders.
Cannot allow it. Nigerians are not going anywhere.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News. Ghana is asking Nigeria to go. I think for century it was Ghana must go, but right now Nigeria must go. I don't know why Nigeria refused to go, despite Ghana is saying go. When you ask Ghana to go, Ghana go. Now Ghana is saying Nigeria must go, but rather Igbo must go. But you people are trying to justify that you cannot go. Me, I don't know why. But in this particular video, I want you guys to watch how the Igbo spark the violence that is currently going in Ghana that makes the Ghanaian to react and said Igbo or Nigeria must go. But maybe they are trying to say Igbo must go. But I want you guys to watch this particular video of Arise TV News. We'll be right back.
So we head over to Ghana now, where some Ghanaians staged a protest in Accra, the country's capital, over the weekend, demanding the immediate expulsion of Nigerians from Ghana using the slogan, "Nigerians must go." The demonstrators blamed Nigerians for rising insecurity and criminal activities in the country, expressing fears that continued Nigerian presence threatens public safety and quality of life. Let's take a look.
We want Nigerians to go back to their country. Ghana is for us. Ghana is not for any foreigner. No Igbo man can come to this country and intimidate us. This country belongs to us. President Mahama, you came for Ghanaians. You said Ghana first. You said you came for the youth. Please take action now. Thank you.
Your country. We love our small Ghana. We don't need you, Nigerian people. You are wicked. Go, go, go. We don't need you. Nigeria must go, go.
We are begging you guys. There is a lot going on in Ghana. We've kept quiet for so long, and it is time we have a review.
This was quite strange to watch Vimbai. The protesters also questioned, heavy Nigerian presence in Ghana despite ECOWAS agreements and called for urgent action to restore safety. The protest followed earlier calls for a Nigeria must go demonstration in Ghana planned for July 19th. However, the protest had been cancelled due to a lack of police support. There was also controversy surrounding the installation of Eze Chukwudi Ihenetu as the Eze Igbo Ghana, meaning the king of Igbo people in Ghana, which sparked intense public debate across Ghana. The controversy intensified when images and videos of Eze Ihenetu's lavish palace in Accra, adorned with regal emblems, circulated online. This development raised questions about sovereignty, cultural identity, and boundaries of foreign community leadership within the country. In response to the opera, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers reportedly moved to abolish the use of Eze Igbo title by Igbo leaders residing outside Igbo land. In a communique, the council introduced Onyendu Ndigbo, meaning leader of Igbos, as the new official title for Igbo leaders in foreign lands or outside Nigeria. Vimbai, a quick comment on this.
Okay, I'll do my best. When I saw this, it obviously reminded me of what happens incessantly in South Africa. Initially, we called it xenophobia, which is a traditional term that we have for when people are, when people segregate against another, not necessarily race, but people from a different place. It later evolved to Afrophobia, which is when Africans have segregational behavior towards other Africans, and that's what we see happening here in Ghana. The Afrophobia is around illegal activities that they feel are perpetuated by Nigerians in their communities, which is exactly the same case that happened in South Africa. South Africans would say that the Nigerians in South Africa are illegal, they're responsible for drug trafficking, they're responsible for human trafficking, prostitution, you name it. But you know what the irony of this is that when you look at South Africa now, over the past 2 weeks, the headlines have been awash with the fact that the Minister of Police has been relieved of his duties. They've basically discovered a huge drug cartel within the police force, senior rank of the police force, and within the Ministry of Police as well. What does this show you? It goes to show you that, yes, there's illegal activity. Yes, there are some bad eggs. However, to attribute all of the illegal activity to one nationality in a country is wrong. And now you see this happening next door in Ghana, and the difference between Ghanaians and Nigerians is very minimal. They're closer in likeness than you would say Nigeria and South Africa, for example. And of course, Nigerians must go is an echo of that chant from 1983 under President 1983 under President Shagari. However, that was different because it was a mass deportation of illegal immigrants. This one is I'm calling it Afrophobia because these are people that they have neither identified as illegal or convicted as criminals, who they are saying that it must be Nigerians. If there's ill in our society, it must be Nigerians, which is very wrong. I think it's very important for us to condemn Afrophobia in its deepest sense, because as Africans, if we cannot create room for each other under these imaginary borders that the white man came and created for us, then where are we going? Because truly, these are imaginary borders. They came on a ship.
Nigeria must go. Where? To where are we going? We're not going anywhere. We're going to be there with you in your country in Ghana. Nigerians have been settling in Ghana way back the 20s and the 30s. In fact, one of the biggest markets in Ghana is named Mokola, after a lot of Nigerians that went out there. All of this started as a political gimmick in the 60s when Kofi Bosia had this Ordinance Act to remove illegal migrants. A lot of Nigerians were removed. In 83, Nigerians still had a lot of problems with the economy. We blamed illegal migrants. So we pushed Ghanaians out. But does this settle the matter? No. Ralph Waldo Emerson said what lies before us and what lies behind us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. A lot lies within us, Nigerians and Ghana. Where are we going to push ourselves? Famous Ghanaian journalist Komla Dumo lived and grew up in Nigeria at some point. The current Nigerian president, Ghanaian president, lives around Kwara State in Nigeria.
All right.
The same too can be said for many Nigerians out there in Ghana. What we should do is, how can we collectively fight the perpetrators of evil and the vice and solve it? That's the question. And this matter that they're escalating, in fact, the AZ has come out to say that he means nothing of such. What they just did was they went to whip up sentiment from an old interview of something that never existed. Right. And he has clarified that. So we cannot allow this. Nigerians are not going anywhere. We must come together and make our country work. Nigeria is also adding to the economy of Ghana, just like some Ghanaians are adding to the economy of Nigeria.
All right.
Our common enemy is the West that has destroyed all of us, that have drawn artificial borders. We're not going anywhere.
All right, we have to take our
history has a way of repeating itself. First as a tragedy, subsequently as a farce. But in this particular case, we can just play safe and say history just has a way of repeating itself. In 1954, the Ghanaians expelled Nigerians from Ghana. They did so again in 1959. In 1959, Togo expelled people from Côte d'Ivoire and Dahomey from Togo. That culture of intolerance among people we know as West Africans. In 1975, ECOWAS was established, was founded. Now, the part of the idea of ECOWAS is to allow the free movement of goods and services. But this has not really happened in the real sense of it, because that ideal has not really percolated to the people. In 1983, under Shehu Shagari, president at the time, there were people who were called illegal aliens. And Ghanaians were asked to leave Nigeria. Many Nigerians, Ghanaians have come here to benefit from the oil boom in Nigeria. At the time they had economic crisis in Ghana. So that was the origin of the word Ghana must go.
Yes.
Now they are saying Nigeria must go. So there's still a lot to be done. in terms of integration and togetherness, and to realize the dreams of the founding father of ECOWAS.
Well said.
Now, let's try and balance the scale. I want you guys to understand that the Ghana are not overreacting the way Nigerians are saying it. Have you guys watched the particular guy video, the Igbo guy video that is causing this chaos on the social space? I want you guys to watch it. We'll be right back.
The video you are seeing on the internet that I said will build Igbo Village was made 2013, 12 years ago. If you look at my age now, my age then, that time no small biabia. That time, you can see the video how young I was then, 12 years ago. Now, we have no piece of land acquired in Ningo Pram Pram for that project because it did not come to pass. Nowhere in Ghana we bought land for Igbo Village till now, till tomorrow. But it was so bad that some of our bloggers misinterpreted the vision and they said, we want to build Igbo kingdom in Ghana. That is 100% lies. If you go back to that video, you see what I said is Igbo Village. And the interpretation of village is different from kingdom. We have no any plan to build any kingdom in Ghana. We cannot build kingdom on top of someone's kingdom.
Now, you listen to what he said. But the major thing is that even as much you're trying to say you are an investor, you contribute, you build school, you do hospitals, that is just a voluntary thing. You do it. Okay, thank you. VDM is doing it from Nigeria. He's doing a lot of things, even in Ghana and all of that. He cannot say now he's not the Oba. He want to create Oba of Ghana. That's where we are getting it wrong. In as much that people of Edo State condemned the Igbo when they were trying to also install their own King Igwe in Benin. This thing also went through court. They have to battle it in court to stop the Igbo from installing their own king in the Edo State. Now, if we that are Nigerian that coexist together say no to it, imagine another country. You went there as an investor, as a foreign investor, you invested and you are making your money. Now there are Igbo community. You do not call yourself Igbo chief. You do not call yourself maybe Igbo leader. Now it's Igbo king. You are trying to paint it that it's not just a king, but the way you address yourself, the way you dress, the way you created your own throne, the way you put on the crown tells that you are already a king in another man's land. So you cannot fault the Ghana for requesting Nigeria must go instead of Igbo must go. I think they should understand that the full Nigeria are also associated with this lifestyle. There are Yorubas in Ghana. There are Edo people in Ghana. I've never heard anywhere in Nigeria that they want to install maybe Oni of Edo or Oni of Igbo land or Oni of Ghana or Oba of social states like this. It is only the Igbo that do it. Before you start attacking me or getting angry, why have you guys not done same thing in the north? And go to the north and said, Igwe of the north. You can't do it. You always want people to talk. And when people talk, you said, oh, they just hate Igbo. They don't hate you. You can settle in a place, but there are some certain titles you can't just ascertain because you have make money now. Me, I will just rest my case here so that people will not say, oh, why are you saying this? You shouldn't say that. Oh, if Ghana must go, Igbo must go. Now their country. So don't say they are taking side. If Edo people decide to say Igbo cannot have their king in Edo land, I see no reason why Ghana should also not kick against it in their own country. Not from the same country, the same tribe, they don't speak. There's nothing. You are just a foreigner in their country. You're having a king because you build hospital, because you build schools. Now, wow. If it is like that, I think the Ghana also have to come to your maybe one of the Igbo land and just say the king of Ghana now have a place. I don't know what will I say? I don't know what Ghana called their king. Maybe the king of Ghana in Imo State. How would that sound in your ears? I'm just asking. Or in Anambra, the king of Ghana. They say, no, it's just our quarter, the king of Ghana. Does that make sense to you? I'm not trying to incite violence. I'm just trying to say let there be peace. I love you guys. I'm waiting for you in the comment section. I love you guys. Peace.
Well, like I said, thank you for the invitation. There's a lot to this. The call for Nigerians to leave Ghana is not actually for Nigerians as a whole to leave Ghana. I think the focus is on the tertiary traders and people that don't, whom I would describe as probably undesirable to their system, to their economy. This has been brewing for years. Yes, we are Ghana's biggest trading partner in Africa. 60% of ECOWAS trade exchange resides in Nigeria, 40% probably in Lagos. We have very cordial relationship with Ghana, I bet with some rivalry, especially in sports. But we have more in common than just trading. Before independence, we shared the same currency. We had the same airline. And our first set of soldiers, along with Ghanaians who were trained in Teshi, came 1969 during Kofi Busia. Ghana was probably overwhelmed when they said Nigerians must go. A lot of Nigerians returned, but still a lot of Nigerians, many, remained in Ghana because I saw them there while I served there. They never left that country. The current situation and asking Nigerians to leave is very, very economical. Ghana's economy is struggling, trying to come up the way it was before. But the trade, especially the tertiary trade, has been dominated by Nigerians. I experienced this when I was there many times. I had to step in to make sure that Nigerians, this could have been called long ago, to make sure that this doesn't happen. It also has to do with our level of representation. I think if we had an ambassador or high commissioner on the ground, it probably won't get this, because an high commissioner or an ambassador will have made contacts at the highest level, starting from ministerial, like I did, up to the highest level. There are a lot of things that cannot be said on live television.
Okay,
Don't forget that ECOWAS Treaty stipulates time for you to stay in any country in the West African coast. It's not a permanent thing. If you have to stay permanent, you have to make some special arrangement for it.
Today.